Okay, I'm at the back of the house. Um, this is the living room with the fireplace with all the glass. This is the middle part of the house that has the dining room, panning towards the deck, which is actually very pleasant. It's very peaceful back here. My wife said she loves it here. So, this is kind of what it looks like. So I'm going to show you where the property line is too. I'm pretty sure what I'm looking at, but let's see. Right to the right of the tree, where my finger is, to the right of the tree there's an iron post in the ground. He said that that's the corner of their lot. And then the house is on lot number 8. And as you pan around this way, you can see the, I'll show you the stakes in the ground that he said are his lot. See, there's an iron right in front of me. That lines up with the iron that I just showed you. And then there's another iron beyond that. And that's what runs to the lake. If you look on the plat map, you'll see that. And then he said in the cattails off there, he put other irons, which I'm not going to wade in there. But just looking back at the house, this is that area where it drops down a little bit, but gives you an idea. And I'm going to walk down to the lake. He told me that he has an easement agreement with the person on lot number 8 to, if we need to cross his property to go to the Commons Beach Walkway, which, you know, seems kind of nonsensical, but apparently that's what you need to do. So I'm just walking down towards the dock that we were talking about. Hopefully I've got this where you need to see it. Excuse the bumpiness, but it's just my walking isn't the smoothest. This is the pond. It's out kind of in front of the house, in between the homes and the commons area. Has a little fountain. And we drove around a little bit, my wife and I did, and this is it's quite a boating community. All around the lake there's several marinas, tons of boats and stuff. Looks like actually a kind of a beautiful body of water. And I'm walking, I believe I'm on the Commons walkway now. To the left are a lot of cattails, and that's the lower part of the 2 lots that the owner has. But here's the walkway. He walked out here with me, so he could actually take me out and show me a little bit about it. And this is the pond. This walkway goes over to the dock system for lot number 8, and he blocked it off because some people were using it and he didn't want them to do that. But this is the Commons walkway right here. And it's in pretty good condition. There's a couple of hoop-de-doos in it, like right here there's a little bit of a rise. And I don't know if Gail would have a problem with that, but this is the dock, the walkway. And he said that the maintenance of this is up to the owners, that the association still isn't intact, so they maintain it, the docks, as they can. And on the whole, it's not in bad condition. But as you sit about midway when you get out here, it's starting to tilt a little bit to one side. It does have handrails on both sides, so there's some support. But there are some hoop-de-doos in it. It's not perfect. And then this would be the lower part of the parcels that, you know, come with this property. And it is pretty thick with cattails, so I'm sure it would be considered a wetland area. If you can see, there are some undulations in this. Not terrible, but you know, it's not perfect. It's not perfectly level, and that may be a problem for Gail. I don't know. Again, with the handrails on both sides, I think that would be helpful, but hopefully you can see the undulations kind of back and forth a little bit. Almost out to where we're over the water. Okay. There's a big kayak here, so I'm kind of walking around it. Again, I hope you're seeing this. I'm kind of walking and trying not to fall in the water. So, but these are some of the dock systems that are out here right now for some of the other owners. Then he said, I'm going to pan back here, and there's a log in the water. I'm going to try to point to it here. Right at the end of my fingertip, there's like a telephone pole in the water. And I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little post with red on it. But he said his property starts right at where my fingertip is on the log, so it's right there. And I think he said it goes for, I can't remember how many feet, but he said it is marked. And so it is definitely a big wetland area. It would be difficult to access through that with a walkway. It can be done, but I think this would be easier to put in a floating dock system. Then you don't have to deal with the DEQ or any of those kind of issues. So I'm going to stay right on that log. You can see that, but this is kind of the view from here. And then this part of the lake, I'll go up higher there, opens up into the bigger part of Ottawa and then goes out to Lake Michigan. These are some of the homes that are in the general vicinity. Some of these are part of this development, and then I think once you get down to the dark colored house, and then from there to the left, those are other properties that aren't part of the development. It's interesting. I mean, this could be made into a usable thing if you got your dock down here and wanted to have kayaks or some sort of maybe a lift or something like that. But anyway, this is what it looks like. This is probably the road would be a concern to anybody, and then this dock walkway undulates, not terribly, but it does undulate, so that could be a concern to you too. So I'm going to turn it off and I'm going to go up to the back of the house and take one more video.